Welcome to Western Wisconsin Journal. I'm Bobby Pominville and I'm your art reporter. And today I've invited someone who's newly hired at the Phipps Center. She is the Visual Arts Program Assistant to Anastasia Chardon, who has been on this show. And she's also the Gift Gallery Manager, so we want to talk to her about those things. But first, we want to welcome you.
Thanks, I'm happy to be here.
And we'd like you to tell us about your job and what your responsibilities are in those areas.
Sure. Well, this last summer I got hired on as the summer art camp coordinator.
Yeah.
And then as that job kind of wrapped up, I also got hired on as Anastasia's assistant, which is the Visual Arts Program Assistant.
Wonderful.
So I do a lot of work with the artists that work in the galleries and kind of scheduling shows and doing the annual calls and things like that.
Oh, wow, and that's a massive job. That's
pretty
what
busy.
I really want to talk about that too, the galleries. But first, why don't you tell us what your background is in art and where you got your degree?
Sure. I recently received in May a Bachelor of Fine Arts in painting with a minor in art history. I also have an emphasis in women and gender studies, and I went to the University of Wisconsin River Falls.
Very good, and I know that's a great department.
It's the best.
Wonderful. So you are very lucky to find a job.
Yeah, I was interning with the Phipps for about 2 years.
Oh, I must have seen you there then. Well, great, great. Well, let's talk about the galleries. I did go through there Friday night briefly as I was at the musical, and it was an intermission. And I tore through there because I knew I was going to be talking to you. And the first thing I saw was this, I don't know, it looked like a spaceship.
Yeah.
What do they call that? A scenic travel machine?
Yep. Her show is entitled Portals and Passages. She has these bioscenic travel machines. They're basically these large pods. The one that is pictured on our postcard and in all of our advertisements is her piece, can't remember the name. They're very scientifically named. But it's basically this giant pod that you can step in front of and it will take your picture.
Oh.
And you can write your own little message and then it will project it up onto the wall for other people to see.
So you're saying it's interactive then?
It's very interactive. All of her stuff is very interactive.
I did not know that.
Yes, so it will take your picture, you can look at it, and then it'll project it up. It also, I believe, posts it, you can post your picture on social media.
Really?
It's all hooked up to Wi-Fi and...
Now that person who designed all this is named Sarah Hansen?
Yep.
And like what age is she? Do you know? Happen to know? Young?
I'm sure she's in her 30s.
Oh, okay, because this is very innovative.
Yes.
You've never had anything like that at the Phipps, I'm sure.
At least not since I've been there.
Wow.
I know that she was awarded with some grants from the Jerome Project, and she's kind of been very involved in sort of the Twin Cities art scene and doing a lot of really great things. She's had her stuff at the Walker, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, in the Sculpture
would be
Garden
the Contemporary Art Institute or whatever in the cities. That's one of them anyway. Well, that's very interesting. I wish I would have stopped longer. Now, are you saying that the children that were at the musical that night could go and do that?
Yeah, we have a lot of really great pictures of the kids.
Oh, my.
And then her other piece is actually a time capsule. So every place that she brings it, people who view this piece can put in a little piece of themselves. And so she has a list on the wall of all the places it's been and all of the different kind of like materials it has in it. And
that is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just totally amazed by that. And I have to say that would draw a lot of people.
We're all very, very excited about it.
Yes. And then as you go on through the galleries, what other types of art do you have in there?
Upstairs, we have the Women's Art Resources of Minnesota, WARM for short.
Yes, and I had never heard of that.
Yeah, I guess they've been around for a really long time.
Well,
But,
and that's sort of part of what you've studied? Because you have an interest in art by women.
yes, yeah. art about women, by women, art on gender in general. So it's a really exciting
That's
show
amazing.
for
Now,
me.
did you actually choose that for this show, or did it happen to fall into your lap, or how did that happen?
It kind of fell into my lap just because we schedule shows 2 years in advance.
Oh, yes.
So when this show was scheduled, it would have been more of Chelsea Kelly's realm of the world.
Okay. And Chelsea was your predecessor.
Correct.
I actually had her on the show a little bit too.
Yep. She now works for Hudson Hospital and Clinics and Westfield Hospitals and Clinics.
Yes, and the healing arts.
Yes.
And that is a huge area that I'm so supportive of that. I
Yeah,
do
she
want to
does a really
talk to
great
her
job.
again sometime. But this is just amazing. So you're really focusing in Women's Art Resources of Minnesota. So all these artists came from Minnesota then?
Yes,
This
I
time.
think that we have some right on the border, so the Hudson,
Oh, yes,
you know, that
that
kind
would
of
be
area.
nice.
But primarily Minnesota.
Now, you have several galleries involved in this show.
Yes.
And when I went upstairs, I noticed some of they're sort of like paintings, but they've got other things mixed in with the media. Mm-hmm. Like it looked like some kind of powdery stuff or something. It looked like it was built up somewhat on the painting. I don't know what you call that, but it's a wonderful technique because it adds so many different layers.
Yeah, we have a lot of really interesting things up there, not just your regular traditional painting, but a lot of mixed media stuff. Mm-hmm. I know that we have a lot of paintings that have sewing incorporated in them, which makes sense for Women's Art Resources in Minnesota.
It does.
All kinds of different stuff. We have some sculpture, some photography.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And when you say the galleries, now you've got 3 galleries, right?
Technically, we have
More than that.
say 6.
Because you also have the Commons. Mm-hmm. And where is that located?
The Commons is located
Upstairs, isn't it?
upstairs. Mm-hmm. You have your Gallery 2, Gallery 3. It's sort of off of that.
Yes.
It's got a giant window that overlooks the river.
Oh, that's one of my favorite parts. When I can go into there and I just have to take a look out over the river. Mm-hmm. And even, in the winter, it's so beautiful. And I think that's called the Overlook.
There is the Overlook, and then there is the Commons Gallery. So the Overlook is sort of a tiny semicircle gallery space, and then the Overlook is sort of like a long, but they both face the river.
Yes,
with big
yes, and
windows.
all those windows. Oh, absolutely wonderful. And I just think it's so wonderful that you're supporting women artists and all the different paths they take in art. I mean, it's so interesting to me that you would do that, and I just have to give the FIPS kudos because I think that's really a neat thing to do.
I'm also really excited because the jurors for that show, the people who basically curated the art that went into that show, they are 2 female professors from River Falls, where I went to school.
Oh, right. So you know them then?
Yep. Janine Kitzhaber was my advisor and sort of painting mentor. And then Morgan Clifford is the fibers professor.
Oh, that's so neat. So
Yeah.
did you actually get to work with them?
I did a little bit. Janine also had a show previous, so I got to spend a lot of time with her, helping her set up her show. So that was really fun.
How neat.
Yeah.
Oh, then as you come into the FIPS, there's an atrium gallery. And that was added not too long ago.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that whole side of the building was part of the new remodel that happened
I
in
think
the
so.
80s, I think.
And you've got something in there that I think really fits that area with all the windows and so on, and the sunlight, whatever at night. Stained glass media.
Yeah, there are these really beautiful stained glass pieces that are hanging in all of the windows.
Yes, yes.
And the
I
light
saw
comes
that.
through there all day and just
it's
illuminates.
beautiful.
It's like my favorite room in the FIPS right now.
That is just a wonderful room. So many times I've been attracted to that when I've been going to a different place, like a meeting or something. And I just have to stop to look and see what it is. And we should mention the artist's name.
Josephine Geiger. And I believe that she is a local. I know that she also has some permanent work in the Hudson Hospital.
Okay, I may have seen that up there then. So it's all stained glass.
All stained glass.
That's one media that I can't understand how they do. I just don't know how they can make such a beautiful piece of art with all that cutting of the glass.
Yeah, I did a little bit of stained glass in high school, and it's hard. It's really, really difficult, especially to get those. She has very geometric straight lines, and it's so perfect.
Yes, exactly. And then you have to take all the pieces and solder them or something.
Yeah, you basically take all the pieces, you end up wrapping them in this flexible metal, and then you have to solder all those pieces together. And then I don't know how, but she ends up with a perfect like square.
Yes, I see. That is just incredulous.
If any like one tiny measurement goes wrong.
Just think of the patience. And just to produce one piece of art must take a long time.
I can't even imagine.
I can't. And then, of course, I do sometimes think about stained glass windows in different buildings. And I just wonder, how on earth do they do it?
Yep.
So that is one thing I'm just in awe of.
She also has some really wonderful watercolor pictures in there. Watercolor paintings, rather.
Oh, okay.
And they are basically precursors to the glass pieces that she makes. So she'll do a watercolor painting of trees and things, and then make the stained glass based off of that.
Oh, that's...
So they're sitting sort of side by side next to the glass piece that they...
So that's how she might start her project.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
It's very cool.
That's just amazing. Well, let's talk a little bit about the clay area. The clay studio, is it upstairs, if I remember right? And isn't that somewhat new to the Phipps?
Yeah, so we've always sort of had a clay studio, but it's not been in the right space, and it's kind of hard to work in. We're really, really excited because we're finishing up building a brand new clay studio. That's big and open, and it's squeaky clean right now because nobody's been in it, but it's absolutely beautiful, and we're so excited. We're hoping to have it open this spring.
Okay.
And before summer our camp starts and
So
all of that.
does that mean the children will be using it too?
Yes, children and adults.
And adults. And so are there clay classes right now?
There are. We have quite a few actually. We're taking sign-ups right now for clay classes. There's adult classes, teen classes, we have kids classes, a little bit of everything.
Well, that's neat. That's really neat. And would you say it's on the 3rd floor then?
I think it's technically the 2nd because first floor is lobby floor,
That's
and then there's a first floor.
You're right. I always get that messed up because the kitchen's on 2.
Yeah.
But it's really 1. Well, whatever. But anyway, that is another area that is so interesting to me. I have never really done it, but I have a husband who's been very interested in that area, and we've enjoyed a lot of art shows around the area and looking at the different pottery, and it's a very much popular thing.
Especially in this area, the St. Croix Valley potters and all of that.
Yes.
We have a little hotbed of pottery makers
I
here.
think so. I
really
think
cool.
so. Now, tell me a little bit about the summer art camp. I know it attracts just hundreds of children.
Yeah, the kids just absolutely love it. It's so fun. My job started out as the summer art camp coordinator.
Oh.
So I got to work a lot with the kids and sort of keep track of all the classes and the teachers, and it's just an absolute blast. The program that we come out with every year that lists all the classes, we're just about done with that. Anastasia's doing sort of the final steps.
That's really cool.
And we're doing something that's pretty new for us. This year we're doing sort of an interactive catalog that you can pull up on your smartphone, your iPad, online, so that's really exciting.
Oh my goodness. And it's just amazing how you fit all those children into the Phipps.
Yep.
And I know if you ever go down there in the summer when it's on, it's chaos.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's cars and parents and children, and it's just an amazing program. Now, would you say it runs a month or more? couple
Oh, a
months?
couple months. I think it's June to August.
I think
Beginning of June to
so,
like end of
yeah.
August.
Yeah, and I know what a great thing for children in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, to express your creativity and find something that you enjoy doing in the arts. Oh, I think that's just fabulous.
And we're also offering this year for the first time after school, late night parent-kid classes. So parents that can't necessarily get their kids to the classes during the daytime can come with them and take pottery, can take crochet, can take all these sorts of different classes.
That's wonderful.
Because all the time we hear, parents saying, well, they're having so much fun. I wish I could do it. I wish I could be a part of summer art camp. So it's a really good parent-child bonding experience, and then they both get to walk out with a piece, and it's going to be great.
That's a wonderful thing to share, and then to do it with your parents. So will that be starting in the summer too?
It will, yep.
Oh, it will. Okay.
And so instead of the daytime hours, it's going to be more like 6 o'clock time.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense because a lot of them are working, I'm sure.
Yes.
Well, and then you're also managing the gift gallery. Tell us about some of your items for sale and what you're promoting there.
Right now, we're doing sort of a changeover in the gift gallery. We're asking new artists to apply, trying to get some fresh blood in there.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, we have a lot of really, really great stuff, a lot of jewelry. An artist, Susan Askavold, just came in and brought a ton of stuff.
Really?
So we're definitely not running low by any means.
Oh, wow.
A lot of pottery, hand-bound books by Chelsea Kelly, the Healing Arts Coordinator.
Oh.
All kinds of stuff.
I didn't know she did that.
Yeah, she's done some sort of bookmaking stuff.
Oh.
Where she'll take old covers and spines of older books and kind of fill them in with blank pages so you can have your own little special handcrafted journal. And
oh, I could see where that would appeal to people, especially children. And I think even teenagers.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful too.
Oh, that's great. So it's sort of changing over a bit, you might say, some new and innovative things.
Yeah, we're always hoping to get new artists in there, kind of spruce things up a little bit, make things exciting. But
right. Well, I hope I haven't forgotten anything, but what a fun job you have.
Fun and busy.
I'm just lucky I heard about you when I was down there because I was asking around. And I did ask about Chelsea, and they said, oh, she's not here anymore. So this is great that I get to talk to you, and then we'll have to down the road talk some more. I know that.
Yeah. Sure, there'll be new stuff.
So we should tell the hours for the galleries, and I have it right here, and I think we could put it on the screen too. Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Now, is that really every day?
Just about. Every day.
Kind of hard to do that many hours.
Right. Well, our gift gallery and ticket office is run by volunteers.
Yes.
So if there's nobody signed up for that day, it's not.
It's technically not open.
It is technically open. The doors are shut and the lights are off. If you ask anybody in the offices, they'll let you in and let you look around and stuff all the time.
They're good about that. And we have a wonderful secretary. So
Teddy will be more than happy.
Teddy would let you in. And Sundays, 12 noon to 4:30 p.m. And then whenever there's a performance, like I know Aladdin just ended, but there'll be another show on pretty soon, won't there?
I think The Odd Couple is our upcoming
I do believe that's the next show. So 1 hour before that show, or any shows, and during intermission, which is when I actually went to the galleries, and of all performances in the theaters, that includes the Black Box then.
Correct.
So do you ever get involved in that at all? The theater part, or is that pretty much Mark? And
Yeah, I really, really wish I had a flair for acting, but
well, I know
not a big fan of the stage.
That is a little bit more technical as far as I don't know. I think it takes a certain kind of person to do drama.
Right.
And then the musicals, you have to be multi-talented.
Yeah. I'm not anywhere near musically inclined.
Well, anyway, I know even if you aren't, you can enjoy it so much.
Oh,
And
yes.
of course, that's one of the things I'm always going to, are the musicals. And another favorite of mine are the mysteries in the fall.
Oh, yes.
Last fall was unbelievable. The play they did was so well done. I can't think of the name of it right now, something about murder. But it was just absolutely wonderful. I always make a point to go to that. And then I'll be singing on the stage there in April.
Well, that's
with the
exciting.
oratorio. So that'll be fun. And I did sing it in December with the festival chorus too. But anyway, I hope I haven't forgotten anything, because I think the Phipps is a place that people should visit and go there often. And it's so inspiring for me, even just to walk through the galleries and see everything there. So I do want to thank you so much for coming today. And I did forget to mention one thing. When the gallery showing goes through April 4th.
Yep.
We should mention that, so they would get to see those wonderful machines and all that. And is that like the stained glass and everything then through April 4th?
Yep.
Then you mount a new show, right?
Yes.
So that's a big job for you.
Yeah, and our next show is actually the annual area high school exhibition.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that, which is delightful.
We're always so excited. It's such a fun show.
Oh, so you'll be involved in that.
Yeah.
Now, do you actually choose the artwork, or do the teachers choose it and bring it?
I believe the teachers may have a hand in choosing, but everybody's encouraged to submit work. I don't think we've ever turned anybody away.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So it's very inclusive then.
Yep. And
I
then
like
we'll have
that.
a juror that will come in and sort of give out awards and things. There's also a scholarship being offered
Really?
to kids who plan on going to college for art.
Really?
Yep. And that's put on by Anderson Windows.
Oh, what a good idea. Would you say it's one scholarship, or?
Yes, there is one scholarship.
Wow, you have to be really good to compete for that then.
Yeah, I feel like we typically don't have a lot of submissions, so if there's anybody thinking
Really?
about submitting for that, it's a good idea.
Glad you said
Couldn't
that.
hurt.
Because I wouldn't have thought that. You know, and people
surprising.
should really try for it.
Right? I think that everybody kind of assumes that there's a lot of people that apply, and so they're like, oh, I don't want to apply. I won't ever get it, but
I hear you.
really, you never know.
Well, this has been delightful. I've learned more about the Phipps from you. And I think it's just great that you're here now and you've got this wonderful job.
Yeah, I'm
So-
super excited to be here.
Good luck to you with that.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'll be talking to you again.
Oh, I hope so.
And I just want to remind you to visit the Phipps, enjoy some art or some music, and I know there's even some dance coming up this month later, I believe. So thank you for watching the show today.